6 p.m.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 a.m., the station that leaves no listener behind.
The doctor is in. Welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show with host Deborah Lee. Deborah has been practicing, teaching, and perfecting the personal prophecy card reading method for 20 plus years. This life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. This inspiring show will help you never feel helpless in life or love ever again. Now, here's your host, Deborah Lee.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show. If you're joining us over Facebook Live, I want to say hello to you, too. If you want to tune in, please go and watch us as we're actually doing the show. Please go to the Psychic Love Doctor Show page. Oh, do we have a show tonight? Seriously. Absolutely. Lauren is sitting in, riding shotgun, and I'm sure she's got a little something to say.
Sure, absolutely. Well, this is a great Friday, as always. We have our wonderful chef on call is, preparing us some interesting show pieces later on. Some Super Bowl food tips, right?
No, yes. For the big game.
For the big game.
Yeah, we're not supposed to say the Super Bowl anymore.
Oh, the big game. There's no more...
Just like men can't harass women anymore.
And you can't use it in any casual conversation. You can't use it on any kind of promotional.
Hold on. For the big game.
Yep. Otherwise, the NFL is going to come hammering down.
I didn't know this. My apologies.
I went right over everybody.
They got attorneys that make more than all of our salaries combined.
Well, so for those of you who are joining us for the first time or second time and you need a little reminder, the readings we conduct during the Psychic Love Doctor Show are conducted using ordinary poker playing cards, is what I'm holding up for everybody to see. There's no hoodoo, voodoo, no gimmicks, no tricks.
No chickens.
No chickens, no beheadings. Simply, we're just going to let the cards speak for us tonight during readings. We also have a very fascinating topic. We know this has been water cooler fodder for, a few days now?
A few days, yeah, absolutely.
It's that whole toxic masculinity thing and involving the Gillette commercial, which, by the way, I thought was pretty awesome. But now I'm a generation away from the youngsters that are with us in our audience today, and I grew up in the era when women were fighting to be able to be construction workers and to toss their bras away, and they wanted to achieve the kind of equality where they could stand toe-to-toe with any men. And they got that, and Kyle, our chef on call, has said that was the first wave of feminism.
Yeah, that's right. We're still currently in the third wave of feminism, where we're having the new generation of women to come around, and they still think there's no equality whatsoever out there in the world. But we'll talk on that later.
Yeah, and then now we're dealing with that whole, boys may be boys or can't be boys, or, I don't get it. Here to me, the bottom line, and the rest of you can all jump on board and beat me up saying this. Please, if you are auditioning or up for a movie part and you've got a Harvey Weinstein or somebody else who is saying to you, hey, honey, get on your knees and let's see what kind of performance you can give me privately, and then maybe we'll talk about the movie role. You know what I'd be saying? That was the door, right? Well, I'm going to use it now, and you are free to watch me go.
Well, and that's kind of the unfortunate thing about that is the women that did tell Harvey Weinstein no had no careers afterward, and that's where the problem is. You can actually look at the timeline of it. There's several actresses where they were making movies, and then after they told Harvey Weinstein no, all of a sudden there were no more offers. And it's all fun and games when you're like, oh, I would just say no in that situation. But that moment when you're sitting there where you think somebody wanted to offer you a job because you were smart or because you were qualified, or you're a great actress, and you're sitting there and all of a sudden you realize the only reason why I'm here right now is because this person wanted to sleep with me, is a horrible, horrible feeling. So I can see both ends. On the other end, I think some people are lying and being over dramatic.
Well, this has been going on since time immemorial. If you read histories of early Hollywood, I mean, there was a lot of hanky-panky and, having to leverage what you got. But maybe it's the nature of the business. I mean,
it can be, and men complain all the time, especially you see in things like, the military, like, oh, well, she slept her way into this rank. And then there's also been that complaint where women could use it to leverage, whereas some men couldn't. But I would just say the bottom line is this commercial is how to act. You know how you should act and you know how you shouldn't act. And I don't think this commercial is going around pointing fingers saying all men are horrible, all men are, monsters and making everything horrible and all men need to step up. It's saying if you're having these behaviors, if you're at like frat parties and you're making people miserable, stop. You know what you're doing is wrong. You have 5 boys. There are behaviors where you're like, oh, that's boys and that's masculine. But then there might be some behaviors, where you'd be like, I absolutely would never want to see any of my sons behave that way.
And it's really kind of laughable in the sense that in the later 70s, women wanted men to become softer and more gentle and sensitive. And oh my gosh, if he could cry, he would just warm the cockles of our hearts. What's happened now? What do we want them to be? We want the Marlboro man back. We want them bold and strong, and we're telling them, step up and be a man and, grow a pair. And I don't think we really know what we want.
Shocking.
So we are getting a group of callers, so I think we will kind of hit the pause button on the conversation.
All right. Now, the number to call for your reading on the show is going to be 909-792-5222. In the meantime, we have Lynn from California. How are you doing, Lynn, and what can we help you with?
I just wanted to say I'm sorry for your loss. Hello?
Can you repeat what you just said? We missed the first part.
I wanted to let Deborah know that I was sorry for her loss.
Oh, thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And every day I try to get a little bit stronger, And anybody out there that has lost someone you truly loved with all your heart, that the grief never really goes away, but it becomes different. So what can we do for you, Lynn?
I want to find a love like that.
Well, I'm living proof that it's out there, okay? And it was truly a fairy tale. These people here that are joining us in the studio for the show, they knew Daryl. They knew the two of us together. And it was a fairy tale. It really was. But remember, I had to kiss a lot of frogs.
Yeah, I know. Those frogs get in the way, don't they?
Yes. Well, let me take a look at your cards, and Lauren's going to chit-chat with you so we don't sit here with a bunch of dead air.
I think we should do away with the kissing frog thing. I want something like the Willy Wonka where you just, like, put a man on a scale, and then if he's a good one, then he stays, and if not, it, like, goes down the chute, like in, like, the golden goose egg. In Willy Wonka,
right.
What do you think,
The good
Lynn?
egg and the bad egg.
Yeah.
Like that.
That would be great. That would be great.
All right, I'll work on it.
Okay.
Do you think life imitates art, or does art imitate life when you think about the movies?
I think it goes both ways. They said a lot of the inventions, like from Star Trek, like the idea for the cell phone came from Star Trek, and people are working on...
Is that documented?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, actually, a lot of the early thought of inventions from Star Trek, where like, you know, you had Captain Kirk with a little tricorder going, Scotty, it's a cell phone. You watch the Next Generation, they had iPads. There's a whole long list of things that we could see come from the mind of Gene Roddenberry into the world today.
Well, getting back to Lynn here, want to tell you, I am viewing your cards. I'm using, by the way, everybody, a full 24 card layout. I do not put jokers in the deck. You can, but all it would indicate by this method called personal prophecy, it just indicates that the reading is in riddles. I think life is a riddle enough. We don't need to add to it.
Right.
What I see for you, Lynn, is that you've had a lot of hurt in your life. Mm-hmm. And love has really left you high and dry, hasn't it?
Yep.
And, you know, now I think you've reached a place where you're sending the kind of energy out that you really might want to try to shift more to the positive. It reminds me of a girl. When I first moved here to Virginia Beach, I went out with a clubbing with a girl. She was in the Navy, and she had a very cynical attitude after having been hurt so much by men. It would be the kind of situation where a guy would come up to her, very nice, polite. He would ask her if she wanted to dance. She would turn around and say, here's what's going to happen if I agree to dance with you. We're going to dance. We'll share a few more dances. You'll probably ask me out. We'll have a few kisses. And it went on, and I'm looking at her like, Pam, what's going on with you? And she said, eventually we're going to get intimate. And what do you think's going to happen after all of that? You're going to break my effing heart just like all the others did. So, no, I do not want to dance with you. And I thought, oh my gosh, that girl has a fortress around her.
Sounds like a fun gal.
Why isn't she still around?
Those guys would walk away like, you know how men will make like a cross with their index fingers? Mm-hmm. He was like, whoa, you know, anytime they approached her.
Sounds like she's saying something that like somebody in the movie would say, and then like the dude would be like, no, but in real life it just sounds scary. Like it's not actually cute in real life.
It was her realness coming through after all the pain she'd been through. So I'm not saying, Lynn, you're, you know, her carbon copy. I just think that you have a lot of, what would you call it? I'm trying to put a word to this card, where it's like you don't expect a fairy tale. You would like to have one. You wish for one, but you think that'll never happen for me. It's never going to come for me. Well, if you can shift that just a little bit toward using the law of attraction by manifesting and saying to the universe, to the higher power, not only do I know that that kind of relationship is coming for me, I'm in the process of getting ready right now to be prepared when that man comes, you know, into my life, when I meet him. Put it all in the I know and when, not if, not I hope, not I'm, you know, wishing. You have to make sure that you really, really mean it, that you know, that you know, that you know. And once you do that, you watch. The energy shifts. You start creating your own reality. Boom, next thing you know, and I see him right here, front and center. This is a man that has been looking for you. He believes you're out there. He's not giving up, and he is going to meet you in you know, this is how I find most relationships are not coming through, what do you call them, the match websites.
Match.com.
Yeah. They're not coming through there. They're coming through ordinary life. I mean, yeah, you can get a hookup.
Well, I have heard, and this does make sense. I have had friends that have met people online and at work, but this does make sense. They said that going on internet dates actually set them up for meeting people in real life.
Right.
Because they were like test runs, and then they
kind
weren't
of a
as
dress
awkward.
rehearsal.
Yeah, exactly. So
Then
I do think that's a
I
good
agree. That could be a good exercise. Lynn, let's just work on having a more determined attitude that it's coming to you. Then you will become basically like a magnet, drawing it to you. And when we talk next time, do this little piece of homework for me. call me on the next show, and we will start looking at him and how close or not so close he is right now. But we can actually chart him as he's on his way.
Yeah.
So that by the time Daryl knocked on my door with a cup of coffee, I looked at him and went, "Oh my God, you're the one."
Aww.
And he was.
Wow.
So it happens. So thank you, hon. We've got other callers waiting, and like I said, please call me again. We will do more reading. Right.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Good luck,
thank
Lynn.
you. Now, folks, we've got the phone number here.
It's 909-792-5222.
Ooh, how sultry.
I try, but not very often.
Anyway, we can take another call now. We are coming up on the time where we are going to show you it's kind of a really neat, I would say within 10 minutes, when we do station identification. Yes, then we're going to take you to Chef on Call, Chef Kyle.
Okay.
All right, so let's get with Tina from New Jersey.
Tina from New Jersey, what can we help you with?
Happy Friday.
Hello, and happy Friday to you, too. I remember you.
I was wondering.
I remember you, Tina.
You guys are so funny. This is like a psychic party. And the way you said that phone number, you sound like you guys do a little something else besides psychic reading. It's like 909.
What a laugh. What can we do for you, Tina?
Yes, I would like to ask about my job. I wanted to go back to United Airlines, and I just had to do the testing over. So I'm not sure if this woman did something. So do you see me going back to working at United? And does Kendrick want me to work there?
Oh, good question. These cards can be excellent in helping us make good decisions concerning our career, concerning our jobs, our love lives, our families, you name it. So for you, Tina, we're going to look at this for you and share with you what potential is being perceived concerning you returning to United, isn't it?
Yep, United Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great that you're asking that question, and I'd say that's one of the most not underrated, but we don't get as many calls about occupations or careers, and I think that, when you look at different areas of your life, health and what job you have and things like that, those things all tend to draw really positive things into your life, and I wish more callers would call and ask about careers and moves and things, so I'm excited, Tina.
Thank you.
There is a big difference between a job and following a true career passion. And these cards have really been excellent over the years in helping people to leave what is essentially a mundane, just paying the bills kind of job. And then they wind up working with their hair set on fire in the type of field that they really want to be in.
Tina, I want to tell you, while she's laying out these cards, and we're talking about toxic masculinity, we have these little things on our drinks called drinking buddies. Can I talk about those real quick?
Yes.
And I just feel like, toxic masculinity is a thing, but I just feel like I'm a little bit sexist right now. I'm a little bit objectifying men here, but he's adorable. Like, look at the build on this guy, and they've got names on. You can't see these, Tina, but they're these little tiny little rubber things, and rubber men people, and you put them on your drink so that you know which one is yours. Ooh. But they all have Speedos on, Tina.
Yeah, and they say mine says Cody on the back.
She's got a Cody. Chad, we've got a Mitch. And they are handsome little guys. They're very distracting. I'm
careful now.
Package is a little small.
But you know what they say.
What do they say?
Sometimes. About some good things come in small packages. It's the motion of the ocean or something.
We are getting off track here for a little bit.
Going back to the reading.
Yes.
Big package or little package, big heart.
Oh.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, big hearts are worth a lot of money.
Or a little package, big disappointment.
Not a lot of big hearts in the porn industry.
No.
See, now why is it we women can get away with this?
Right.
Okay, let's concentrate on Tina so we don't get off track. Tina, there is somebody involved with United Airline structure that is extremely jealous of you. Do you have an idea who that might be? I'm leaning toward a woman.
I don't know. It was a woman when I was taking the test, and she was acting kind of funny. Like I was fasting, and I had to do a urine test, so I didn't have enough. Only because I fast every year for the first 12 days, and I had to do it over. So I don't know if she tried to make it seem like I did drugs or something, because I have to do the test over again. So I'm like, what? I've never done drugs in my life, and I've always worked for the airlines, and I've never had a problem. So I thought that was really weird.
It is weird, but the thing is, you are going to do okay. I see that you have an excellent record. You are well liked within the, and here we go. A lot of times men will enjoy working with certain women. They click. With this woman, she's a snake in the grass for you, so to speak. She would like to have disqualified you, but I don't think she can. Just take her with a grain of salt. She's suffering from the green-eyed monster, something terrible. And it's not just you. I think she's jealous of most women. That's another thing we women run into a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Professional and personal jealousy on the part of other women.
Right.
So,
okay, so do you see me taking the test over? Do I have to take it over? Do you see me working with the airline?
I personally don't see that you will have to take the test over. Okay?
Okay.
Whatever her preconceived notions are, flush them down the toilet, so to speak. Okay. But I really think you're on the way to something, and your home, family, romantic life is really heating up here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
I want to know.
When?
Really soon. And gee, there's this baby card floating around.
Yeah.
Baby. Yes, there's a baby in your potential future. I feel, and I'm pretty good at this.
You can't fly with a baby, though. Be careful.
Yeah. So right now, I would say take things one step at a time. Don't attach a bunch of negative energy to either that woman. You don't need to give her any more power than she's got. And also, let the cards fall where they may with this job. I think you've got a lot to go on here. I feel it's all going to work out very, very well for you. I really do. Very happy home and marriage coming too.
Women, but did Kendra,
Yay!
But I don't think Kendra wants me to work here. I'm still an entrepreneur, but I wanted to work here to fly part-time. So did Kendrick have something to do with anything, trying to hinder me there?
I feel that Kendrick is going to be just fine because he loves you as much as he does. What I see in your cards is the thought of you being in a risky type of job is what would bother him. But I think he feels very secure about you, your love, how beautiful you are, and yet you are bringing all that home to him. And he recognizes that. But again, bear in mind, there is a baby still here. Okay?
There comes that laugh.
There's a baby. How does that thing go? First comes love. Well, in your case, then comes the baby carriage, then comes the marriage. I think it'll all be one big package. Okay?
Okay.
But it looks good, and I really think he'll be very much in your corner.
Do you see when I'll be starting with United?
I'm sorry?
Do you see when I'll be starting with United?
I see a lot of red tape around this yet, so I hesitate to give you a prediction, only because you'll sort of get your heart set on that. But how about if we just say soon? Okay.
Not super soon.
Soon can be next week. It can be within 3 months. I mean, soon is a relative term. Okay.
Airlines take a little while.
Yeah, they do.
I put in an application. I got a response 6 months later. So that's
right. So let it come in its own best way and time. I love to offer that whenever I give readings. Well, a lot of times we want to rush the future, but it wouldn't hurt once you, like next week, you could start to become the squeaky wheel. You know what happens with the squeaky wheel?
It gets the oil.
It gets the oil or the grease.
Or the grease.
Oil.
Well,
Yeah.
they told us. They told us that the training will be the end of February, but just with the test results, I just heard, the lady told me something about the test results, so that's why I was like, oh my God, what is this?
No, I think it'll be okay. And I think that if you do make an occasional phone call to check up, it will show how earnest you are. Right. And the audience members are agreeing. They're saying, yes, it will put you in your own class where they'll say, hey, this girl, she's hungry for this job.
Right. That's right. 3 out of 3 audience members agree. I don't know about the 4th.
Thank you all.
All right. Well,
Unanimous.
thank you so much, Tina. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a
Good
happy
luck.
weekend, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to
Tina.
We're going to pause a little bit for, to talk about our new little feature that we have. This will involve about 3 minutes per show, where you are going to learn some new nifty tips and tricks from our resident chef. That tonight we're going to talk about, the big game, and what you should serve that is easy as pie.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
There you go. Easy as 1, 2, 3 to make. So with that, I think we'll jump to a station identification, and we'll come right back.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
Introducing Chef Kyle.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Lauren, for having me. I have here for you today fried macaroni and cheese. A fun little adventure. Let me clear up a little bit here, and I'll show you how we put together everything.
Yes, absolutely.
We got a little bit of time.
It smells amazing.
So right here in this pan, I have some bacon fat. We've already cooked down. Our macaroni has already begun cooking. In here, some milk that I've started with an onion and a bay leaf. We'll show you that in just a second here. And then we have a little tray of all supplies. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our roux. We're going to add our flour to our butter. I have equal parts flour and fat. We're going to thicken that up. And then we're going to get to a blonde roux stage where we're going to add that to our cooked milk, our heated milk. So we're going to use that to thicken. So we have that there. Boom.
He's making
So
a
we got
great
these tongs right here.
Nice and creamy.
Boom, we're going to grab those.
Okay.
Take that out. The onion should be nice and soft.
Oh,
The
it's
bay
soft?
leaf right there, you see.
Wow.
Come out. Then we're going to add in our roux to that.
Okay. Adding the roux.
Right straight into it. Boom. So we come over here back to the stove and we bring that up to temperature. Once that gets up, we're adding our cheese. I have here shredded cheese. You
Add
use
the cheese to
whatever
the
kind of
roux.
cheese you want. Let's go straight in. And this is making our cheese sauce for macaroni and cheese. That's going to take no time to melt at all. I then have bacon and granulated garlic. That's going to go right into the cheese sauce.
Wow, bacon and garlic.
Oh, yeah, but here's the kicker. Baked chicken I had made earlier, and I froze. Cut it up into cubes, so it's easy to go in. We're going to throw that right into our cheese sauce as well. Boom, we're going to mix that up just like this. You see
Take
that?
a look. I see that.
Some together is thickening up real quick like here.
So this is not complicated at all.
Not at all, not at all. You see I'm able to do it in like 30 seconds. So next thing we do, we have, so once you have the macaroni and cheese made already, you have a few balls here that we've already balled up. You want to make them nice and small so they're not too big. It's too big,
Nice size balls.
Right, nice size balls.
Interesting.
What I do with the,
Yes, you've
There.
got to have
There we
nice
go.
sized balls.
So when we're frying, we have a 3-stage
That's what
frying
she said.
method that we use. In the big bowl, I have flour. This middle bowl, I have egg wash. In the last bowl, some breadcrumbs. We take the
Flour, egg wash, breadcrumbs.
Right, we take the balls and put them into the flour, just like that there.
Just
We
like
give them a
that.
toss around. Use one
Toss
handful
those
dry,
balls around
one
in
handful
the
wet, then that
flour.
way you don't get messy. All right, so you go right into the egg
Don't
wash
get
from there. We're gonna toss those around until they're nice and coated. Boom.
I like the way you're doing that, Kyle.
Straight into the other one. Remember, I switched hands. One
Yeah.
for dry, one for wet. So we're doing that here. We're juggling the balls in our hand. We're going to the fryer. Fryer's set at 375 degrees. We don't want it too high because then they'll burn, and you don't want too dark of a ball. So you throw them into the fryer basket, drop them down, and in about 7 minutes, you'll have your perfectly cooked mac and cheese balls, just like that.
Wow.
Give it a try. Taste it right quick.
Get in that,
There you go.
Let me
get
just
that
taste
ball
it.
in your mouth there, Lauren.
Mmm.
And then I got a special sauce right here.
They're
Nice
really
little dipping
good. They're
sauce.
really
You
good.
want to try that there? It's butternut.
Double dip.
Right.
No double
I'm
dipping.
gonna dip the side I didn't
There you
eat
go.
off of. I'll be polite.
I want to try one of your
Only 'cause
balls,
it's on the
Kyle.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have balls for everybody in the audience.
Right
I'm trying to cut
on.
down myself.
I can't wait to try one of your balls, Kyle.
I love these
Doctor
balls.
said stay away from balls.
She
No.
likes my balls.
Chef Kyle,
Yes.
you will have this recipe available that I
Yes.
can put on my
It'll be on.
Facebook page.
That's correct. It'll be on the Psychic Love Doctor Facebook page, as well as my Facebook page, the Chef on Call. Go ahead and check out that. We'll have pictures and everything, and we'll show you how to make it there.
Awesome. Love
Right.
that.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, welcome.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
All right, let's get back to business here, Lauren.
Back to business.
Business.
The business of readings. I'm sure you have a full line of callers waiting, yes?
I volunteered.
Sweaty balls. No, I don't think
That's
they
old.
Oh,
were.
that's what I was wondering. I kept on going, oh,
Very old skit. Very
we
old
need
skit.
some Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin
Oh,
saying
sweaty.
that.
Forgot about that.
Right. Yep, yep.
Sweaty balls in my mouth.
Yes.
All
Calm
these
down,
balls.
calm
Yes.
It's getting hot in here.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll tell you what, though, they are really, really delicious, and that buffalo sauce with them really makes it, Kyle.
Terrific.
I thoroughly
Thank you.
enjoy it.
Now, any of you out there that would love to have a really great recipe, you let us know. And we'll do our best to talk Chef Kyle into doing a quick little teaching session. Because this man, one thing he knows really well is meat. He is quite a meat specialist. So if you can't cook something, let us know, and we'll get him to show you how it is done. Now, should we get back to reading?
We'll get back to the readings. Well, I'm enjoying these
Okay.
macaroni and cheese balls. But let's get to Elise from Florida. How are you doing, Elise? And what can we help you with?
Hi guys, thank you so much for doing this every week.
Oh, thank you. And I'm glad that you held on during our new little chef session that we
Yeah,
have.
it was great.
It's like
So much fun.
3 minutes of learning something cool. So let's learn something cool about your life, hon, okay?
Yes.
Tell
So,
us a little about what's going on for you and with the question you have that we can help you with.
So right now I'm between either staying at my current college or switching over to a new one. And I don't know exactly how to phrase it, if I should say the two names of the colleges. I just don't know which is the right path for me. Either the one
Okay,
I'm currently
so
at or the
you're-
one I think of switching.
Okay. You're at College A, and you want to know if you should switch to College B, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okie doke, here we go. I'm getting these cards
Now-
hot and ready to hit the griddle for you. So,
Is this a situation where you're transferring from, say, like a community college into a 4-year college, or are they both
No.
the same?
Actually, this is like an alternative medicine college.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I had already graduated college for like a completely different degree, but this is like the thing, like my path now, like Ayurvedic healing. And I'm not sure if the current college I'm at is the right path or if I should switch over, because there's certain things that either are lining up for one, but then I get signs for the other one too. So I don't know how to read signs anymore.
okay.
You know, I definitely understand, because you sound like someone like me where it's like you don't really hate doing things, but you like doing everything. So that can sometimes make things difficult is when you're enthusiastic about everything. So
Well, one thing is you are riding the wave of what is sure to be a huge shift in terms of medical practices, where we're going to move away from, say, Western pharmaceutical, medical doctors, and move toward holistic with the more natural. I mean, I even have some background in that. And I know that it is really going to impact our futures. When you look at Eastern medicine, they are so far ahead of us in terms of what they understand, just even about the body, the psyche. And Europe they have centers that cater literally to people who have life-threatening illnesses, and these people are getting all the alternative care they need for free.
wow.
We need that.
We need
So
that.
your cards are telling me that you are going to ultimately choose to go to college B. It's a good change for you, and it's going to get you truly started and on your way. Remember the old saying, those who can do and those who can't teach. So I see you being a doer. And the sooner she can get out there and get busy and, you know, get in with the people, you're going to learn an awful lot just from your own experience. You're going to have an internship that's going to be excellent for you. And ultimately, I feel you will have your own practice and be affiliated. I see her affiliated with all sorts of different modalities is what I'm trying to say, where she can refer people out to this, to Reiki, or over here to therapeutic meditation, things like that. It's really going to be a true career for you. A beautiful calling is on your life. Now, tell me, does this resonate for you?
Yes, actually, on Saturday, I'm going to see the new school. But it's something that it kind of like all clicked together. There was a girl who was looking for new schools, and out of the whole class, she said, I want to bring one friend because I think this is her place. And that's how I ended up finding out about the new school.
Wow. Well, that sounds like a real stroke of serendipity to me. And you watch now, doors are just going to start opening. When any of us are following the right path in our lives, you don't have to stand there and bang endlessly on a door that just isn't going to open for you. But the ones that are meant to, it's one door after another. Open.
Yeah, because that's what I feel now. I feel like all my doors are, the opportunities just aren't coming.
Well, then it's time to move on, isn't it? A lot of times our current situation, in my book, I wrote a book about this method. My grandmother taught this to me about 35 years ago. And in my book, I explained that when we are in a situation that no longer serves us, it's going to systematically deteriorate. You're going to start feeling more and more dissatisfied. Sometimes people start hearing, oh, they're downsizing. These are all cues that it's time to go, time to move on, get busy with your future. Otherwise, if you sit there and wait, sure, you could sit there, but why? It's time for you to hitch your wagon to that star and get going. Okay, and I feel nothing but good will be ahead for you. Now, this won't be easy. There's a lot of challenges involved here, but I feel you've got what it takes. You, inside of you, she's got a belly that's on fire. You know what I mean? She was ready to receive and embrace her future. So I hope that helps, hon. I hope you stay in touch.
Thank you so much. I love hearing from you guys.
Oh, thank you, and I hope you'll be in touch. Hope you'll keep watching. You know, if without any of you, we'd have each other, and then no show.
It would still be fantastic, though, because I'm wonderful, and I don't know what she's talking about.
I love her. All right, hon, you take care. All right,
and you too.
Get back to us. Thank you.
All right, moving forward, we have Jen from California. How are you doing, Jen? And what can we help you with?
Hi, Jen.
Do we have Jen from California?
Jen.
Jen, are you with us?
Okay. Maybe
Jen's left us.
Oh, well, Jen, if you're listening, call us back. Aww. We lost you. I hate when that happens. I really do.
Baby, come back. Any kind of fool would. Sorry, I won't sing. Now we've got Jill from Canada.
Yay, our neighbor to the north.
We lost a Jen and we gained a Jill. How are you doing, Jill? And what can we help you with? I promise I won't sing anymore for the rest of the show.
Thank you. How are you, ladies? I love you both.
We love you.
Thank you so much. That makes our entire week. It really does. So, let's make your entire week. Just like these segues tonight.
I like it. We've been very hot on the segue train.
We really have. So let's get busy with Jill because I think we are just hot tonight.
We are hot tonight. We're hot every night.
Okay.
How are you doing, Jill?
No problem.
Okay, Jill. Tell us a little bit about what's going on for you and what you'd like us to address in a reading for you.
You know what? I don't know. Is there an answer? Is there something that's better is going to come ahead for me?
Well, tell us where you are at present. Do you feel like your life is empty?
I've been without a partner for almost 5 years now. I'm a hard-working mom right now. I'm just at home on sick leave. I just want to know if it's going to get better.
Okay, so are we speaking in the emotional, like romantic sense? Or do you mean in general?
In general.
Okay, so you're home on sick leave, and do you like your job? I mean, are you happy
I
with
love my job, yes.
Great, great. Well, that's one peg in place. So now I'm getting really the impression that you are ready, that you've spent these years, and you are now ready for that, that mate, that partner, that soulmate connection, which doesn't always come right away.
No, it doesn't.
So I'm going to lay out the cards here for Jill, and we're going to see what we can find. Limitless possibilities exist in the cards.
There are limitless possibilities, and that is the nice thing about not having met this new partner or anything. The world is your oyster, and it can be anybody. Once you get them, you know who they are. So I would embrace this moment right now and think of all the possibilities that there are and who it could be and what your life can be like in the future. And is there anything else exciting? Is there anything else you're hoping for in terms of just being happier? I'm glad you asked that.
I'm glad you suggested that for Jill. Go ahead, Jill.
I just want to know, is there anything more that's going to come out in the near future with somebody new? And am I going to get better because I'm off right now on sick leave? So will my health improve?
Your health. Okay, yeah.
Where in Canada do you live, hon?
In Ontario. It's cold.
Okay, well, I'm originally from Minnesota, up near the Canadian border.
That's where Ontario's right above us.
Yeah, you're right above us. We used to travel to Thunder Bay quite often. I think it had a different name, Port Arthur.
It was Thunder Bay.
Okay, here's what I'm seeing for you right now. You are, we're in the winter months. I imagine you're getting snow, cold weather. The days are short, a lot of darkness. Your cards tell me that you have some seasonal affective disorder. That winter.
That makes sense.
Yes. Now, I've had this too in my past. I lived in a dwelling that was very dark. All winter long, it was like a cave. Well, somebody told me, go down the street to the herbal pharmacy it was a holistic store, and I got some of those special light bulbs that have actual natural
vitamin D.
Yeah, natural sunlight to them.
Well, they give off some ultraviolet light.
Yes, they do. And in fact, if you sit under them for any length of time, you're going to get a sunburn.
Yeah, right.
Another thing is, if you're not taking a vitamin D supplement, try to go outside for 15 minutes a day in the sunshine. This is all going to help to lift you up. And you will find between the light bulbs and, getting some nice, fresh sunlight. What?
I was going to say, I just got some, this is so silly, if you can afford to, I just got some new sheets, and I'm getting a new comforter bedspread, and it, changes your entire room, and it's exciting, so maybe even that, and they said yellow and violet and blue are the best colors to have in your bedroom.
These are all really good tweaks, I think, to help, and also, think, like we told an earlier lady, try to turn on more positivity. I mean, you've got a nice, long life in front of you that I see. There is definitely a partner coming to you. And this partner is going to have all of the characteristics, all of the gifts that you've dreamed of in having with somebody. Your fairy tale, let's put it that way. We women, come on, we all have a fairy tale. It's just that we don't make men privy to the fairy tale, but we know we have it.
Thank God.
You spend time, Jill, actually pretending that partner's already with you. When you say when you go back to it, what? Larry's
I
laughing.
just had an it's a risque epiphany, but I just thought this was so funny. I don't know why I thought of it, but I was like, men are like out looking for like massages with happy endings, and we just want massages without a happy ending. I think that's very funny, and I don't know why I said it. I'm sorry.
I am not sure. Also,
I was thinking about happy endings and like the fairy tale, and I was thinking about men's fairy tale versus the women's fairy tale, and we don't let each other privy to them. So, whatever your fairy tale is, Barbara, or I'm sorry, Jill.
What's in her coffee cup?
They give me one. I have no tolerance at all, and then they wonder.
Well, anyway, for Jill, we'll kind of tie this up with a nice, pretty bow. For you, Jill, you have a female that figures prominently to introduce you. Now, I feel that this is like an event you aren't really going to want to go to. You don't feel like you want to. You're just like, But I suggest that you make yourself go. This friend is actually the catalyst, bringing this new individual into your life. And we just never know when we are going to meet the partner of a lifetime. So, unfortunately, we got people stacking up, and I would love to just... Pardon me?
I said I know, and thank you very much, both of you.
Call again, and I'll give you a clearer idea about your knight in shining armor and how close he's getting, okay?
Okay, thank you very much, both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jill.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jill.
And now we're going to Peggy from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Peggy from Oklahoma. How are you doing, and how can we help you this evening?
Yes, I've talked to Debbie before. I'm usually more upbeat and everything, but my life has gone to hell and back, and I can't seem to crawl out of it.
Well, we're sorry to hear that, but, you know, whatever goes down eventually will come back up. You know, a lot of times it's an exercise in hope and faith. That if you think nothing is possible for your life, if you really believe that, then nothing's going to be possible.
Right, yes, exactly. I've had many people in my life who said, if you call it into fruition, calling it into fruition is what it's called, and everyone uses it, all walks of faith. You say, call it into power, and it will be. Let's see, you have faith the size of a mustard seed. That's all it takes.
It is, seriously. And if I can walk through the darkest days that I've got right now and still feel a shred of positivity, if I can do it, you can do it. So we'll do this together. So go ahead now, Peggy. Give us some details and tell us what you'd like to know.
Is it going to turn around?
We missed the last word.
Are we talking about your love life? Are we talking about
life in general?
Life in general. Okay.
I give up on love.
What are you looking for? Would you say the most? What would you like to get out of life? If you could say in the next 6 months, this is going to happen, what would you like that to be? Do you want your health to improve? Do you want your finances to improve? Do you want your love life to improve? What is your main focus, would you say, for 2019?
Right now it's financial, but I also worried about one of my great grandbabies.
Did we lose her?
Peggy? Oh, okay. Ooh. I'm sorry, what was that?
Save.
You want to save money?
No, she made a great card save.
Peggy, as I'm laying out your cards, one went to go to the floor, and Grandma used to say when she taught me this method, if it falls on the floor, it comes to the door.
But it did not.
But it didn't fall.
Well, I saved it, but it's a good card. It still was going.
So you should count it as it.
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay. I feel that there is a trip coming up for you. I'm feeling it's in reference with some family members. Do you have some that live out of the area?
Yes.
Okay. I'm seeing this could be between, say, now into the fall, somewhere within that time frame. I feel you're going to be taking a really nice trip. It's going to help her to hit the reset button when you do go. First of all, your cards look pretty good for somebody who has been to hell and back. You have a man here that is grieving something terrible over the fact that he made a big mistake with you. and he's really sorry. He wants to fix it and make it right.
That's not.
Now, do you have a son?
Yes, I've got 2 boys and a daughter.
You have a son here who, within the next, several months, is going to become extremely close to you. This is like a divine intervention coming to you. The son is going to inspire you. He's going to motivate her. You know, there's a deep relationship between you and this one particular son. But you have had men around you that have really let you down. But you know, there's a meme on Facebook, I'm sure many of you have seen it. It says, in other words, I'm not your exes, so don't treat me as if I am. So meet everybody with a brand new, fresh eye. Right. Yeah, and you watch and see. There is a big turnaround coming for you. Let's see, we're in January. I'm hearing April. So let's get busy for April. Okay, now we have one more in the wings that I really want to try and squeak in here. All right, Peggy, call us next week, okay, and we'll work on this a little bit more.
Okay, thank you. I love you, Deb.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you. And now we're going to go to Barbara from Washington.
All right, Barbara from Washington.
Hello, darling. We have to talk a little fast.
I know. I'm going to L.A. next month. I was scouted by a film company from London to go show on a commercial set for Sega. All expense paid trip.
I read it. I saw it in my news feed. Good for you, girl. Do you remember? We started doing readings. I think it's been like maybe 4 years since I read. And I remember telling you there was always something big. I said this woman could become famous. There's a lot of notoriety and, you know, entourage and just a huge expanse in terms of her life where abundance and lots of the green stuff is involved. So I'm going to quick lay these cards. Yep, you bet. I'm going to lay these down real fast. Oh, let me first ask you, what was your question?
Well, I just want to know how this is going to play out, and maybe there's going to be a knight in shining armor in L.A. I don't know.
Oh, boy, I've heard there's quite a few, but you got to watch out. A lot of players over there, too.
No.
A lot of gigolos.
Now, what about her knight in Washington? Isn't there a gentleman there?
Yes, what happened to your gent?
He's about as slow as a slug. And I know...
I missed that a little bit. Can you repeat that?
He's as slow as a slug.
Oh, well, you don't need a slug. I mean, if this man can't...
He's with me, but he's just... I don't know. It could take him another year before he figures his life out. You know,
you've got too much going on, too much going well for you, that you have to keep your irons, you know, in the fire and move on. But I want to tell you, ironically, you find yourself another man to date. That one that's the slug, boy, is he going to pick up and start coming at you in a hard way. So, yes, your reading, go to L.A., do everything that is asked of you, and then watch and see the results. Okay? You're on the way, my dear. You are on the way. And I think you are going to be a smash. So
don't forget your moisturizer. It's very dry there.
Oh, honey, I moisturize more than most ladies because I'm almost 61, and I generally look at least 10 years younger.
Well, that's wonderful, Barbara. I'm glad to hear you are on the right road as far as moisturizing goes.
Yes, and
dry right now.
Just remember, watch out for those smooth talkers.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're entering kind of a real murky business in a sense, so, you know. All right, I'm sorry, Barbara, that's all. Call in again. You know we love you. To everybody, thank you, my darling Lauren. Thank you to everybody here with us. And
look at this handsome chef.
Yeah, and our chef. Join us next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Yes, and we love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.